The year is 2024, a year that holds significant promise and potential for India. India stands at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in its economic journey. The global economy is in flux, and domestic challenges persist. Inflation, unemployment, and economic disparity are just a few of the hurdles that need to be addressed. It is against this backdrop that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government presented its budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. This budget is not just a financial statement, but a vision document for the future. This is the third budget presented by the Modi government in its third term, hence Modi 3.0. Each budget has aimed to build on the previous one, setting higher benchmarks and more ambitious goals. The budget carries immense significance as it comes just months before the next general elections. It is a litmus test for the government's policies and their impact on the common man. It's a chance for the government to showcase its economic achievements and lay the groundwork for another term in office. The stakes are high and the expectations even higher. The budget's theme was Amrit Kaal, reflecting the government's vision for the next 25 years, leading up to India's centenary of independence. This theme encapsulates the aspirations of a nation on the rise. This vision emphasizes inclusive growth, infrastructure development, and technological advancement. The focus is on creating a robust foundation for future generations. The question on everyone's mind: will this budget deliver on its promises? Can it address the pressing issues and pave the way for a prosperous future? Will it be enough to secure another victory for Modi and his party? The political landscape is charged and every move is being closely watched. Or will it fall short, giving the opposition ammunition to challenge their reign? The opposition is ready to capitalize on any missteps. The answers to these questions will unfold in the months to come. The nation waits with bated breath to see how the budget will impact their daily lives. The budget aims to strike a balance between fiscal prudence and public welfare. It seeks to ensure that economic growth does not come at the cost of social equity. It seeks to boost economic growth while addressing pressing issues like inflation and unemployment. The focus is on creating jobs and stabilizing prices to improve the quality of life for all citizens. The government has set ambitious targets for revenue generation and expenditure allocation. These targets are designed to fuel growth and development across various sectors. The success or failure of these targets will determine the trajectory of the Indian economy in the years to come. The budget is a roadmap, and its implementation will be crucial. For now, all eyes are on the implementation of the budget and its impact on the lives of millions of Indians. The coming months will be a testament to the government's vision and its ability to turn promises into reality. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the budget in Parliament with her trademark composure and clarity. Her poised demeanor and articulate delivery have become a hallmark of her budget presentations, capturing the attention of both the Parliament and the nation. Her speech, however, was anything but ordinary. It was a meticulously crafted narrative that sought to address the multifaceted challenges facing the nation. It shattered previous records, clocking in at a staggering 2 hours and 45 minutes. This marathon session was not just a test of endurance for the Finance Minister, but also for the members of Parliament and the audience watching intently. This made it the longest budget speech in the history of independent India, surpassing even her own previous record. The length of the speech underscored the comprehensive nature of the budget, which aimed to leave no stone unturned. The length of the speech was a testament to the sheer volume of announcements and proposals contained within the budget. From agriculture to infrastructure, from healthcare to education, the Finance Minister covered an extensive range of topics, each critical to the nation's development. The budget touched upon a vast array of sectors and issues. It was a holistic approach that aimed to address both immediate needs and long-term goals, ensuring that every segment of society was considered. The Finance Minister delved into the specifics of each allocation, outlining the government's rationale and expected outcomes. She provided detailed explanations for the proposed expenditures, aiming to justify each rupee allocated. Some saw the lengthy speech as a sign of the government's comprehensive approach to governance. They appreciated the depth of information provided, which they believed reflected a commitment to transparency and thorough planning. They argued that the detailed explanations demonstrated transparency and accountability. By laying out the specifics, the government was making itself answerable to the public and stakeholders. Others, however, criticized the speech for being too long-winded and lacking in focus. They felt that the extensive details, while informative, made it challenging to identify the core priorities and key takeaways. They felt that the sheer volume of information made it difficult to discern the key takeaways and assess the overall impact of the budget. The critics argued that a more concise presentation could have been more effective in communicating the government's vision. Regardless of the differing opinions on the length of the speech, one thing was clear: this was a budget with far-reaching implications. It was designed to address the current economic challenges while laying the groundwork for future growth and development. It was a budget that aimed to shape the future of India, for better or for worse. The ambitious plans outlined by the finance minister were intended to propel the nation towards a more prosperous and equitable future. Only time would tell if the government's ambitious plans would bear fruit. The success of the budget would ultimately depend on its implementation and the ability of various sectors to adapt and thrive under the new policies. One of the most anticipated aspects of any budget is the impact it will have on the prices of everyday goods and services. People eagerly await to see how their daily expenses will be affected, whether they will get some relief or face additional financial burdens. The Modi 3.0 budget was no exception. As the finance minister took to the podium, all eyes were on the announcements that would shape the economic landscape for the coming year. The government announced a slew of measures aimed at making certain items more affordable for the common man, while also increasing taxes on others. This dual approach was designed to balance the needs of the economy with the welfare of the citizens. On the cheaper side, the government reduced import duties on a range of essential commodities, including lentils, edible oils, and certain raw materials used in the manufacturing sector. This was a welcome move for households that rely heavily on these staples. By lowering the cost of raw materials, the government aimed to boost the manufacturing sector, making it more competitive and potentially leading to lower prices for finished goods. This move was intended to cool down inflation, which had been a cause for concern in recent months. Rising prices had been eating into household budgets, and this measure was seen as a step towards providing some much-needed relief. The government also announced subsidies and tax breaks for the electric vehicle industry, making it more attractive for consumers to switch to cleaner modes of transportation. This was part of a broader strategy to promote sustainable living and reduce the country's carbon footprint. However, not everything became cheaper. The government hiked taxes on cigarettes, tobacco products, and sugary drinks. These items, often considered non-essential and harmful, were targeted to discourage their consumption. The increased taxes on these products were part of a public health initiative. By making them more expensive, the government hoped to reduce their consumption and promote healthier lifestyles among the population. This was done with the dual aim of discouraging consumption of these harmful products and generating additional revenue for the exchequer. The funds raised from these taxes could then be used for public welfare programs and infrastructure development. The prices of fuel, which had been a major pain point for consumers, remained largely unchanged. This decision was met with mixed reactions, as many had hoped for some relief from the high fuel prices that had been straining their budgets. This was seen as a missed opportunity by some, who felt that the government could have done more to provide relief from high fuel prices. On the other hand, some argued that maintaining the current fuel prices was necessary to avoid further strain on the economy. The impact of these price changes on the common man was mixed. While some welcomed the reduction in prices of essential commodities, Others felt that the increase in taxes on certain items would offset any potential savings. The overall sentiment was one of cautious optimism. While some households saw immediate benefits from the reduced prices of essential goods, others had to adjust their budgets to accommodate the higher costs of taxed items. The true impact of these changes would only become clear over time as families adapted to the new pricing landscape. The overall impact on household budgets remained to be seen, as the price changes were expected to play out gradually in the market. Consumers would need to stay vigilant and adjust their spending habits accordingly to navigate the evolving economic environment.